And I'm playing with myself.
31. And we got some very special guests tonight.
We do. We have the one and only Dan and Dwight from Marvel Legends Hasbro team. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us.
Yo, thank you.
This is pretty awesome. Adam's told us for a long time you guys work for Marvel under him.
Yes. Yes.
Right? That's really
Thanks,
cool.
Ernie. Welcome back. This episode is also known as "Let's Get Adam Fired."
No, I'm just kidding. That's so awesome. What a return to come back to have Dan and Dwight on. Like, I had to get everything set up. I've missed you guys like crazy. I'm so happy to be back and on here. This is very cool, very special show. How could I miss this one? I mean, this is going to be awesome and great.
We lit the FET signal.
Yeah, I saw it and I answered, and what a show to come back to. So now that my hellos and everything, you guys are awesome. Check out the chat, Migos. I love you guys. They're
very
awesome.
happy to see you back.
Yeah.
They're not as excited about me being back, but they're very excited about you being back.
I'm excited, dude. We have Dan and Dwight here. This is going to be awesome.
I'm not as excited. I talk to Dwight fairly regularly. Dan here and there. We're IG chat buddies, but Dwight and I, we go ways back, right?
Ways back, man. Yeah. Probably nearly a decade or so now, right?
2000. I want to say 2008.
Wow.
So more than a decade.
Wow.
I don't want to start the show off weird at all, Dwight, but
that's true. That's true. Yeah. No, this is just a byproduct of me sitting at my house for the last year and a half, and when I don't have to go out in public, it's like I get a little more leeway. The hair just keeps growing, and the beard just keeps
I feel like the hair and the beard, you've got a good start on Red Guardian, and then you've got a bunch of girls, so you have a whole house full of little widows.
Of widows.
Well,
that's awesome.
There you go. The idea is free.
Thanks.
I mean, there was that one guy, I forgot who it was, but he took
Toy Bandit.
Yeah, it was Toy Bandit. That's right. He took both me and Dwight's like images, I think, from the internet or something like that, and he posed as us. And it was kind of, I don't know, Dwight, did you even know that? I forgot to tell you. Did I tell you that?
No, is he better looking than me? Because if he is, then go for it, man.
That's too funny. No, he would show up in people's live streams as you guys. And I remember that happened one time. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Dan's here. Cool. And then we didn't know if it was real or not. And then, ended up, we banned the real Dan. Sorry, Dan. But
well, here I can make it really clear for you. For me, anyways, unless I'm specifically sent a link to invite me to something, I don't show up because I don't understand anything about the this whole universe that you guys are captaining here. So
that's
if
me.
Anyone's...
That's the mechanisms. I don't get it.
Yeah. So,
Ernie, you even understand Instagram. Dwight, like it's like if I'll be talking to Dwight and I'm like, I'm just sending you something on Instagram.
Yes.
He ignores me. He doesn't click things. Like, yeah.
See, Dwight, they even made me my own page on what's it called? See,
Discord.
Discord. See,
yes.
A Discord thing. They had to make me my own page because I have no idea. So it's set on my phone, and that's how I check in with her. Like I go to it and I just press my page, and then I can check in with everybody because I have no idea what else is going on.
I feel that we are kindred spirits.
Yes. Yeah.
Before we get into this too much, Cheney, I know you want to talk and introduce and do. There's one thing that I just want to say because like we have the Toy Migos big three back together, right?
Yes.
So I do want to say that we got Dan and Dwight here. We are missing Ryan, but Ryan, I just got in my series 2 of Posable Productions cards.
Nice.
So, like, we're representing, and you're with us in spirit, buddy.
Yes.
And I'll probably be opening these during the course of the show.
All right.
Now,
okay, we were having some hiccups here and there, but it looks like everything's smoothed out. The stream is going fine now. It's not lagging anymore. So I apologize for that. Literally everything that bad that could have happened literally happened right before we hopped on here. So if I was quiet in the beginning there, that's the reason why. I was trying to get everything running here. So do me a favor, please hit that thumbs up. Let your friends know everything's going good now. But before we go any further than this, Ernie,
what's up?
How are Chat Migos doing?
Man, dude, I don't even know if I remember this. Let's see if I remember this so we can hop on with our guests. Hey, guys, what's up? I'm definitely back. How are you guys doing? We have a very great show. Like Cheney said, go right now, grab your friends, tell your friends. We got the Marvel team here. And you know what? Even better, it's just not the Marvel team. We got Dan and Dwight here. And they're just showing up, being homies, talking with us. We're going to talk toys, our favorite stuff, go over some things. I guess I'm supposed to back some type of HasLab or something that I didn't even know about, right, Dan? So
yeah, I'm solely here to make sure Cheney backs at least 2. That's the only reason why I'm here.
I'm going to get one.
Okay.
I'm going to have to, yeah. But you're going to have to convince them. So, guys, go tell your friends right now. We're definitely live. Go share your story. Go copy one of ours. Come hang out for an hour. It's going to be a great show. I've missed you guys. Let's see if I remember that. First, it's time for you guys to check in. Hit that thumbs up like I just did. Then hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications. And hit all so you don't miss when we're on. There's a whole bunch of people here. I love you guys. I miss you guys. It's too much to get into because we want to start the show. I appreciate everybody who showed up in my place and represented for us. I am back now. I'm excited to be here. I love you guys. I miss you guys. If anything for me, go tell your friends to come hop on with us right now. Let's jump into this and talk some toys. And I promise on the next one, we'll be all cleaned up and figured out. And I'll shout you guys out. And I do want to get into the new people. I mean, I've been gone for 6 months. I don't even know who's new here. Like, I'm sure there's people right now like, dude, who's the big guy? What's going on? And why is everybody tripping out like over this guy? Does he even collect? He has nothing on his wall.
He's in an empty room.
He's got a piñata stick in the corner. I just saw that right now too. That's me, guys. I'm just missing my Winnie with tortilla.
Piñata stick?
It is a piñata stick.
Yeah.
Dude, that's dope that you have like a specialty piñata stick at the ready.
That's called security. That's what you got to call it. Yeah. And before we get started, I see everybody's rocking some shirts. Cheney, let's see, Adam, you got your special V-neck on. Dan, you got that one on. Here's one to represent for you guys. Check that out.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Art with Toys. He helped us get this one right here. So
very nice.
If you're not following Art with Toys on IG, follow Art with Toys. Very talented, very awesome guy.
All right, Cheney. So there we go. Chat Migos.
Well, Dwight is. Why are we not talking about Dwight's shirt? He's represent. Is that Argentina? Is that?
Hey, I'm wearing the best in the world because I'm joining with you guys, the best in the world.
Oh, so look at that!
Save,
man. See, yeah, Dwight's right there with me, dude. Me and Dwight are gonna be the best of homies right there. That is quick on the mic. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So Cheney, I'll have you guys know that I backed Galactus day one immediately, right off the bat. While the live stream was going on, I went and backed it. So,
well, we're not all rich like you, Adam.
Right. I'm doing it hard. I'm doing it tonight because I'm old, as we were all talking about earlier, and I don't trust doing stuff on my phone. And I barely just got my computer plugged in yesterday, so I'm doing it right after the show. And I wanted to tell Dan that so that
how many days are left? What are we at, guys?
What are we at, Dan?
10, 11?
I think we're at 11. But I don't know how to do math that well. But I mean, let me just start off by saying, like, I know I'm joking about like plugging Galactus all night long, but
he's not.
I'm not. I do want to say though that, like, from the bottom of my heart, like, I grew up a poor kid. Like, $400 is not a cheap thing, right? Like, and I want everyone to collect within their means, right? And you know, HasLab, this one might not be for you, right? And I don't want to ever make people make rash decisions, right, about backing this HasLab, right? and I know I should be, you know, plugging it away, but the only person that I'm really gonna pressure tonight is Cheney, so that Cheney, like, I want to like share your screen so that I could see you back the HasLab. You know what I mean?
Put your credit card info.
Yeah,
so
put all my info in there for everyone to see.
You got it, man.
That's very cool, Dan. I
definitely
I agree with you on that, and that's a big thing. When it came to the Sentinel, Chat Migos were the ones who got mine. Andre started it, and they backed me. I had just had that was my car accident, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was missing work. You know, I got 7 kids. You guys all know my background, and I get you, and it's like that. And thanks to the Chat Migos, I'm getting my Sentinel.
Well,
which
guess what?
was amazing. I'll never
we just
forget.
got 2 super chats just now. We got the toy box of doom,
Mm-hmm.
$5. He said, Dwight and Dan, thanks for all the great figures and all you do. Modular Iron Man is awesome. You're also welcome. Will Galactus be available on Big Bad Toy Store, etc., like Sentinel and Unicron? I don't know if you guys would know the answer to that, because doesn't Big Bad Toy Store, they would buy it and then sell it, right?
Yeah.
They're not doing direct. They
Right.
would be. So I answer Toy Box of Doom is Big Bad Toy Store operates independently on stuff like that. So I would assume that they probably will have it for a slightly increased price, but
For
you know,
a nominal
go back
fee.
it now because it helps it get funded, helps us hit stretch goals. So go direct to the source.
Yes.
There's
A couple other ones as well that we need to read, but let's let Ernie do his thing real quick.
Oh, my bad, Ernie. Go for it, man.
What's that? What?
Were you going to read some of the names or no?
No, he said said he's going to do it next week.
Okay,
No,
perfect.
next week, so
Okay,
we can
perfect.
get into it.
All right, let me get these super chats that we missed then, and then we'll move along.
While you're checking those real quick, just so you guys know, I know you guys have been on everybody else's show this week and everything, and like Dan said, to plug and to answer questions and everything. But right now, dude, they're being friends with us, and like Dan said, that's what he has been plugging and everything. So we do need to get Cheney to make sure that he gets his. I am super happy that I will be able to get one this time.
We have a big red heart from Laser Pants for Ernie.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. We have Blake Plowman with $4.99. Thanks for this. We have, let's see, one more. Berserk, the amazing return of the risen Fett, might be what is needed to change the mind of some buttholes.
That's just so you guys know. Like Dan probably knows this, Dwight doesn't know this, but I call everyone buttholes that waits until the last minute to back HasLab or Kickstarters or whatever. It's like you have all these people that sit there and wait to the end, and it's like I try to explain every time that we talk about this that they don't charge you until the end. So by waiting until the end, all you're doing is preventing other cool stuff from happening. So it's like, back it now. Don't wait till the end. There's going to be no difference. They're not charging your card now. They're going to charge your card at the end. So it makes no sense to wait to the end. All you're doing is keeping other cool stuff from happening by waiting.
We got another very generous super chat from Chamba. Huge shout out to Chamba, by the way. His book, Tech on Avengers, just dropped this week, so check that out.
Yo, Chamba, I tried to find one, but I couldn't, man. I went to my local one in Atlanta when it came out, and I couldn't find it. But shout out to Chamba, man. I know Chamba's like everywhere, man.
Yes.
Same here, Dan. I had to go to eBay.
Oh, man. But
our locals was gone. Did you know that, Cheney? Ours were sold out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I had to take to eBay.
So he said this would be a good one. And then let me read one more real quick from East Coast Figs. He says, okay, I know you can't exactly answer this question, but I just want to say I would love a classic Beta Ray Bill Legends figure. I own 3 of the one from Hulkwave. He is my favorite Marvel hero. Awesome.
He literally in the Discord, the Toy Migos Discord, asks no one for a Beta Ray Bill Marvel Legend, a classic Beta Ray Bill Marvel Legend every day.
Yes.
And everyone, it's like you see the tumbleweeds blow by, but we love you, Wrestling Hound. You were adorable.
We'd love to get Beta Ray Bill out there. He's just such an expensive character. It's trying to find a home for someone like that has so many new parts to do him right. I mean, that's why we did the modern version a couple years back, because it was a much more cost-effective version. And I know there's a whole contingent that doesn't like hearing that, but we have to figure out how to pool the money and shift it back and forth like a sand table to figure out where it goes. And that was just, the best we could do at the time. I'm glad they like it. It is a solid figure, but I do hope to, at some point in time, get back to a classic Beta Ray Bill too.
And that's always such a good answer, Dwight, too, because sometimes collectors and new collectors or even old collectors don't understand that part, which has always been so great to have Adam on the show when we do shows like that and give the background of things. Of it isn't like you guys are just sitting there, I want this one, I want that one, I want that one, because everybody would have all their favorites and everything. When it comes to that, it takes this and it takes that, it's something that's not out there, but maybe down the line. But when you're looking at it as a whole with that, that's what makes it so different and such a great answer to put out there for everybody to understand. It isn't just no, not right now. It's because we would love to, but it takes this, this, and this in order to get it done.
See, I didn't hear a single thing you said after it was great for Adam to be here, because I've just never heard that sentence before, and it just took me to another place. So
I'm never
that was very
New York
rude
strip club in San Diego ever again, Dwight. That's
let me get a couple of these super chats here. We have Mobile Recluse. Hello from the Philippines, and glad to see Ernie back. What is going on, man? Thank you so much for the generous super chat. Lago Figs, Cheney, sell me one of your 20 Sentinels, and I'll use the funds to buy Galactus. Win-win. You make Lago happy, and you make Dan happy. Come on.
Legit.
Yeah, that doesn't make up for anything, Dan, because Cheney's getting what? You're getting 5?
4. I ordered 4. Yeah,
4.
So next month can't come quick enough. I'm just
that's no excuse though, huh?
Yeah.
Right? It's really not.
Yeah, they're gonna take up realty right up above the DTOFs here. So hopefully they're not too heavy, and I come in one day and they're all busted, and then everything is a mess and shambles. But
you're gonna try to put the Sentinels up there?
I want to. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Wait, do you still have the prototype at your place right now?
Yeah, I got the Sentinel. He's in the basement.
Oh, okay. My bad. Never mind.
Whip it out. Cheney, that does sound very dangerous to put them up on top of the DTOFs, because that's
right.
A
I'm
big,
already
heavy
worried.
Toy, big, heavy, expensive toy to potentially take a tumble off of there if there's ever, we live in California.
Southern California at that, yeah. The land of the rumble, you're right.
Yeah.
Land of the
But
rumble.
okay, if you want to put 4 $350 action figures up on top of
hey, you're not my real dad. You can't tell me what to
do. That's funny.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's kind of stick with the little regular theme here. Yeah, I know we all kind of get stuff in here and there. I'll ask our wonderful guest here. Did you guys get any new stuff this week, figure wise?
White only buys new toys at San Diego Comic-Con, and there hasn't been a San Diego Comic. It's that's it. That's when he goes shopping. I watch him.
Yeah, that is a literal truth. As sad as it is, I have not bought. I think I've only bought for myself the McFarlane Azrael figure in the last 2 years. So,
whoa, serious?
Yeah, there's been two years without Comic-Con. So that's Adam's right. It's I don't.
That's his thing. He goes and he catches up.
Yeah. I'm an old curmudgeon-y man who doesn't trust computers and tech things. So I much prefer just to have cash in my pocket and wander around and have people and just here's money. Give me what I want. It's old. I'm old.
Since you don't have a haul, Dwight, I do, because I talk to you about this stuff, and I know that there's stuff especially that you're looking forward to, though, Storm collectibles and everything. What? Tell these people what kind of stuff you do like, at least.
If there was a Storm collectible store in my neighborhood, I would be there quite often. I'm really excited for their Darkstalkers line. I think those it's one of my favorite kind of forgotten video games that everybody knows Street Fighter, right? And rightfully so. It's an amazing game.
Mm-hmm.
But I fell in love with all of those fighting games in the early to mid 90s, the Darkstalker series, especially because, it was Street Fighter with monsters. Yes, please.
Yeah.
And then the Marvel crossovers were amazing. But yeah, I'm sad that I wasn't able to get myself Dimitri just because I'm stubborn. And now I'll have to figure out how to get, one of the off variants. Well, I'm sure they'll do multiples, right? Like they normally
There's
do.
like three different blue ones.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
You're all good. You'll be able to get a blue Dimitri at some point.
Did you see the prototype for Morgan?
Yes, I did see I saw the early just gray, I think. I don't even think I saw it painted.
Yeah, it's not painted yet, but
okay.
Yeah.
Dwight is my best friend. Look he said the gray and you guys said nothing. I said that months ago about why is he gray, and I get yelled at.
Yeah.
And now everybody's like, oh, good job.
The prototype, Dwight. Ernie. It
good
hasn't been made. Well, because Dwight actually knows. He makes toys for a living.
I know it's a prototype, but it's just easier to say gray. Like, you just said exactly what I said, and nobody yelled at him. That's why.
Hey, that's enough out of you. You want to get put in timeout for another 6 months?
No, I'm just so happy that...
We will send you right back to the Sarlacc pit.
I'm sorry. So, Dwight, that's awesome that you do Storm Collectibles. Do you do Mortal Kombat?
I have Shao Kahn.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
I have a shelf in my basement that has all of my favorite villains on it from all IPs. All of the favorite things that I hated or traumatized me as a child, I have in one shelf. And I have things like I have a Shao Kahn. I've got a Bison, Akuma, Jason Voorhees, Predator, Dementor, just all these random villain things just because they're all just random from different multiple toy lines. And I got a handful of our stuff in there like Apocalypse and Juggernaut just because, they're a couple of my favorite legends that I worked on. So I got like a villain shelf, and it's just kind of chock full of all those kind of nasty things that, whenever someone finally got around to making an awesome version of them, of something that I loved, I just grab it and try to find room on the glass shelf to cram it in there.
That's very cool. Do you got a Cobra Commander up there?
The internet's taking that as confirmation of Villains Wave 2. Just so you guys know. That's it.
As we're here just
incoming,
just talking about
news,
toys.
guys.
Yeah, there's going to be so many. No, I swear, dude. Dwight said they're going to be doing Mortal Kombat. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Marvel Legends
I
villains from every other intellectual property there is.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
So, do you have Cobra Commander down there?
I do not have Cobra Commander down there. I haven't got a whole lot of the classified series. I got a couple of the first ones. I think there might be a Destro on the shelf. The Destro that was very classic inspired. And I got some of the very first wave of those, but that was right before the world got topsy-turvy. And I try not to spend money on the things that we have around the office that I can just kind of trade or barter for, or say, hey man, let me get a hold of a few of those, see what you guys are doing over there, so I can kind of compare and contrast. But
research.
But that's a good point. That's a good point. A missing Cobra Commander on that shelf needs to be addressed, and hopefully at some point they do Serpentor, and I can throw him in there too.
Yes,
Cobra,
yeah, because I know I'm waiting for that Hascon Zartan. That one.
Oh yeah, that
take
looks
the
cool.
place of the other one. Yes, just for all the changing color effects. So yeah, you're definitely gonna have to get a Cobra Commander to throw on your villains one. So that's very cool. Dan, have you got anything in?
Maybe like 2 weeks ago, or maybe I don't know what time is. Like, time is so nebulous these days. So what I try really to feel the pain point of fans, right? So I pre-order stuff all the time. That's our stuff, right? So like I pre-ordered this guy, Walmart.com, got him.
Yeah, they shipped mine too. That's great. That's good.
They're doing great, guys, and it's a great figure. So yeah, this is the one that I just got recently. I collect a lot of DBZ stuff, so SH Figure Art stuff. Don't tell anybody, but yeah. So I have a big collection of DBZ stuff, and I think one of my Friezas came in this week, and something else came. Oh, my GI Joe classified Timber came in. So
I still need to get that.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. I'm very competitive, even within Hasbro. So I never try to support like my brother and sister like brands like Star Wars. Like I talk so much crap to the marketers sometimes. I'm just like, man, Marvel Legends gonna kill you, like that kind of thing, right? So I never want to admit on record that I like, buy fellow like Black Series
Timber
stuff. Or
yeah,
but I love Timber, man.
I do remember something though. Actually, Adam, I didn't purchase it for myself because I don't know how to, but I did just today get a PS5. So that's my new big shiny. So that I did my first ever unboxing video today.
Wow.
I just pulled out my knife and just slashed the box open, and I'm like, hey.
That's too expensive to be stabbing with a knife.
Well, I'm
You do you.
Thanks.
But hey, Dan, so DBZ stuff that you collect, do you stick to certain, like I have rules with my DBZ because it's like they make so much. So I try to stick to mostly Android Cell Saga-ish, but are you everything or are you like what are you into?
No, so I kind of break my rules too. I was like, in that opening scene in the like that last credit scene where they're all like together, you know what I mean? That group shot and all the heroes are there, and then like Goku turns like Super Saiyan last minute, right? Because like that's the team that I originally thought I was gonna collect, but then I got into like Majin Buu figure was awesome. Like
I bought Majin Buu also just because he looked so cool.
He looked so good, and but yeah, one thing I did regret though was like. I told myself I can't get the Ginyu Force, but then like I see all these people now like completing their Ginyu Force, and I'm just like, oh man. So that's the one that I regret. But yeah, I try to make up these false rules in my head so that I don't spend too much. I'm not like you guys. I don't have Adam rich money. You know what I mean? So it's like
Me either. I tell him that all the time. I'm like,
look behind
I would like to buy that.
Thing. This is a tiny bedroom that I'm in. I swear, guys.
Like I would like to buy those things too, but I'm just not as rich as you, Adam.
Adam, why aren't you buying Cheney his?
Yeah, Galactus.
What is this? Come on, man.
My God.
I will have you know for the 5 months,
guys.
For the 5 months I was gone, all I did was anime, so I'm all caught up.
Liar.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
You're a horrible liar.
Yeah, as Dan's talking, I have no idea which names he are, and I see Cheney and Adam light up. No, I still don't know. Dwight, do you got another? We got another
super chat though. We got a super chat from the Wrestling Hound. He wants to know, Dwight, do you have any of the Marvel Mafix figures?
Not anymore. I had one of the Captain the first run Captain America, but I don't think I have that one in my possession anymore. It's like I give things away just if I get something that I'm excited about, and once I'm done looking at it or using it for whatever knowledge I can gain from it, if it's not a collectible piece that I want to keep for myself, or if I've already have a collection of it at this point in my life, I get rid of it because I don't need to start more new things because there's just not as much space mostly. And now that I've got, 3 little munchkins that aren't munchkins anymore, one's going into senior year of high school. So it's like, I gotta, be a little bit more, cautious with where
Stay on brand, Dwight. Refer to them as your little widows.
My little widows. But Ernie, no, I've not understood anything that those 3 have talked about for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, good. See, yeah. Next Comic Con, where we're all at dinner, we will be sitting next to each other then, so that we can make sure that we have our own conversation when they go crazy.
Perfect, because I've got a great story for Dragon Ball. It's just not appropriate for this setting. So
Migos After Dark.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah. That's so funny that you said that about the munchkin thing, because I said that about my kid today. I'm like, man, she's not really that much of a munchkin anymore. She's like 7. She's all stretched out now. She's not a little anymore. like, oh man.
Yeah, at some point they just become a head and legs. They just like the legs just keep going, and you're like, what is going on? How have you gotten so big? Like overnight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
sure
weird.
You guys don't know and haven't announced it yet, but you were just talking about toy shows, and like one of the things that I was just talking about at work today is we're actually, because New York Toy Fair is scheduled again to happen in person. Who knows what the world is going to be like, but it is scheduled for the Javits Center, February 19th to 22nd. I'll be there. I'll be working the Gentle Giant booth. So
can I carry boxes for you? I'll help you guys load.
You have to pay for your own flight, Ernie, but you can share my hotel room with me.
Chat Migos, let's get those super chats going. Right there.
Well,
I'm hoping to. I hope that Hasbro does their thing. I hope to hang out with you, Dwight. I have not seen you in person in years now, but we have at least like had some FaceTime chats and stuff. But it's not the same.
We just got a very, very generous super chat from Blake. Says the Legends team hanging out like tonight, making collecting fun. Thanks for connecting with your YouTubers and fans and making figures I never dreamed I'd own. This current run of Legends is history in the making.
Oh, that's a massive compliment. Thank you so much. It's a lot of hard work, but it's I mean, Dan and I have said it many times, and obviously with Brian and those of our team members who must not be named, we love what we do, and we've been doing it for a really, really long time, but it's still just as much of a passion of ours to get to make some of those oddball freak characters that you just never, like he said, that you just never would have expected. Like, I'm absolutely in love with our Frogman from last year.
Just gonna say, like,
Frogman. It was just, it was just so much fun, and I really appreciate that. I think Ernie, when you came onto this at the very beginning, you're like, oh, I've missed this, I need this. It's like, this is the closest any of us get right now to talking shop with our with our nerd geek friends, which. It's like, God, man, do I miss the conventions and getting out there to shake hands and hear all the good and all the bad and everything that's working and what's not working. It's like, this is not the same, but
correct.
This is way better than nothing.
I never realized how much I needed this until I was gone. Me and Cheney started this years ago, and even at that point when we started, we're like, are people even going to watch? Like, it's two grown dudes, talking about toys. Like, let's just do it. And we did. And now here we are. We've been to the Comic-Con since we were young and talking with you guys and meeting other people. And now we've had, people who were then just chat Migos, which we didn't even call it that then, who are now moderators, friends, basically family. Then Adam joins. And then to know, like, Dan, is a part of it and everything, but a collector too, and sits here in the chat and talks with us too. Like, we are all just the same and doing what we love. But when this year changed and we hopped on even more with our quickie minis every day, we were doing them every day just to, everybody had a way to get away from the world for an hour and nerd out and talk toys and be who you really are. I think that's what the hard difference was when I was a kid growing up in school, this wasn't accepted. Like, I couldn't have my room like Dan has his right now. Even, I would say, probably even, I'm sure Dan's the youngest right now. Even at your age or growing up teenager or early 20s, I still had to hide it in one of the back rooms. Like, so where we're at now to be doing a show and then being gone for 5 months. Yeah, I was so just disconnected, and I miss the shows and I miss hearing with everybody. So yeah, to get on here and just be us and be who you are and it's okay. And, this to talk toys and to just forget about everything for how long we ever are on here. It's such a good feeling. And I got to say too, it's even a better feeling for everybody. I'm seeing all you guys saying what's up and hi, and you've missed me. And you don't know how much that means to me, because I miss you guys so much. Like Dwight said, this is therapy. I didn't know how much I needed it. And I'm so glad to be back, even though I feel like I'm not even set up to be yet. I got to get my stuff up, because I'm like Ryan and I've been mint in box. I'm a mint in box collector. I do have some stuff opened.
You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that.
I had to tell you, because if we show up to a show, I could see you now being like, Dwight, check this out. and then you just grabbing it and ripping it and being like, I wouldn't know what to do, because Cheney already loves to do that to me.
Oh, that's my favorite thing to do.
Yes.
I love,
so
like, I'll make videos of me opening stuff and I'll send them to him.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
literally,
what do you think?
Not even to post to anybody.
No,
I'm
no,
just
I
like,
won't
oh,
post it
Cheney, go to
online or
sew.
anything. I'll just send it directly to Ernie and like, here
and I'm
you
like,
go,
oh,
man.
what's going on? Oh, great. Yeah, there he is, just ripping another toy that I don't have. Thanks. Yeah. So yeah, that is our only difference. I'm mint in box, and
I'm interjecting because I want to plug something while we have lots of people listening, because we all do miss toy shows, and we're gonna do a Toy Migos meetup September 4th, Saturday, September 4th. That's coming up soon.
For real?
Frank and Sons. So it's Frank and Sons Toy Show. Ernie,
going.
you have to come.
Yeah.
Wearing masks. This is gonna be socially distant. No group hugs or anything. Maybe fist bumps or elbow bumps, but like lots of hand sanitizer as well. But Toy Migos Meetup, Frank and Sons, Saturday, September 4th. And I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not making guarantees yet, but a bunch of other toy industry folk are being invited. I think that Renee and Beardy are going to come. I just talked to Phil Ramirez today. I think he's coming. I believe that Dave Vonner will make an appearance. So we're going to have a big crew there, guys. So everyone that wants to come meet up and do a toy show kind of thing, that's what we're doing.
I'm excited.
There's people flying out, like, to reference Jurassic Jesse, who we missed his super chat. He says, "Oh, I'm late for the epic return of the fallen Fett. We love you, Bernie. What's up, Migos? Hey, Adam and Cheney."
What's up, Jurassic Jesse?
He's coming all the way from Reno. So
yeah, Jesse's flying, and then you said Laser Pants is flying also to come to Frank. And like, I have to say this though, Frank and Sons is a swap meet, guys. It is literally like, it's like a flea market. It's a little bit nicer than that, but it is booths.
I was
with
just there
vendors
last night.
selling toys and comics and stuff. It's not like. Please
look,
make other plans if you're also flying out.
If somebody is telling you like you can't
go to Disneyland,
like your significant other, they got Pokemon cards, baseball cards, they got Loungefly stuff. I was just there last night. I was ripping hard with my Toy Migos face mask. Said what's up to a few people. Because the wife's Evil Diva's favorite place is the comic book clothing. She gets all her Loungefly stuff from there. He's always hooked us up with great deals. He listens to the show. What's up, comic book clothing? So don't think that it's just a thing of toys. If you're being held back to come show up, we all know what that's like. So throw it out there. There's Loungefly, there's anime, there's gosh, what else is there? Cosplay stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. And there's like
there's everything
too. Like it's a cool show. But you know, if you are flying, make other plans too. I guess.
Yeah, we're probably gonna try and meet up somewhere after and hang out as well. So it's gonna be.
Are we gonna hit up Chuck E. Cheese?
Only for you, buddy. I know how much you love the ball pit. So
and skee ball, let's do it.
Yep. So I had a question I want to ask you guys. I kind of know Dwight's. I'm kind of sure about Dan, but how long have you guys been working on the Marvel Legends team?
Dan, you want to go first?
Yeah, so I'm probably the newest. Damn, now I'm forgetting what year is it? It's 3 years.
We're still in 2021.
Yeah, yeah. So for me, on Legends, it's been 3 years. I've been with Hasbro 4.5 years. Before this, it was on Baby Alive, so completely different from Legends, right? But Legends has been a blast, man. Like I get yelled at by Dwight all the time, and it's great. And I'm just kidding. No. I'm kidding. Dwight is actually super, super, super nice. He tries to play the heel often on these like interviews and things like that. But he's actually like super, super cool and super nice. And I just feel honored to be part of the team, and more importantly, to be part of the Marvel Legends community. Because shout out to Blake, shout out to everybody else who put in super chats. But it's honestly this community, this action figure, this toy community that has really, brought the brand to where it is today. And, like genuinely, like what Dwight was saying, like we miss like going to conventions just to hear the feedback from you guys and getting that energy from you guys. You know what I mean? So thank you to everybody who has, supported us even before when I was on, like way before when I was on, right? From day one, you guys have been supporters, and even people like who are new, welcome to the community. And also to the guys that just gave a super chat from the Philippines. Like, we love our international fans too. Like, we only, just because of the time zone and everything like that, we always try to talk to like North America type of influencers or like toy people, but we'd love to, you know, go around the world and meet the fans internationally too. So yeah.
Heck yeah.
Sorry, that was really long-winded.
No, that was awesome, because I love it. When you get on here, you forget about the world. Like, honestly, you do. So like you said, Philippines, Australia, we have who else has always come on? Cheney, Finland, people from Europe. We got everybody everywhere.
That Toy Farce is, I think, in I don't know if I'm Sweden. I think he's around that area.
I think so.
Yeah, he said he had to get up. He had to get up at 5 a.m. just to watch this today. So,
wow, shout out to you, man.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Toy Farce. Like,
but much love to you guys too for hopping on here, because you guys are East Coast.
Yeah,
we're West Coast, so it's way late for you guys, which we greatly appreciate. And that's something exactly like Dan's explaining is, you know, it's because of the love and the talk, and, you know, to be connected with everybody. Like, this is what it's all about. And that's very cool.
I need to ruin how sweet Dan was, though, because I need to challenge our chat Migos, who are awesome in the Discord usually with photoshopping stuff really quickly. So I would love to challenge some chat Migos to get me a Dan Yoon picture, kind of like how he is right now. But instead of Marvel Legends behind him, I want a whole bunch of Baby Alive and maybe a Baby Alive t-shirt. So
no, a Baby Alive onesie.
Baby Alive.
The Baby Alive onesie.
Man.
It's all, what have I done?
No, man, but shout out to my friends at Baby Alive. I honestly thought, like, when I joined Hasbro, I'd be on like, you know, like an action brand type of thing, like Star Wars or Marvel or something like that. And then when I got a job at Hasbro and it was Baby Alive, I was like nervous. I was like, I don't know anything about baby dolls, you know what I mean? And so, you know, it was a learning experience, like, you know, information overload, like just trying to understand the consumer of like a baby doll type of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a lot of learning, and there was a lot of growing pain there, but I loved my time at Baby Alive, man. The engineers and the designers are great.
We all took weird paths to get to where we are. When I got hired as my first co-op in college,
founded Kenner, right?
It was at Kenner. I was in school in Cincinnati, and I went for the Kenner interview, and they gave me a job on Tonka, and I'm like, Tonka. Oh, okay. Yeah. I've never drawn a vehicle or anything, but I'm like, okay, cool. It gets me in the door. So I go to the first day at the office, and they put all of us co-ops in a room, and they come around, and they're asking our names, and they're like, Dwight. Yeah. They're like, okay, you're on G.I. Joe. And I'm like, what? It's like, so on my very first day, I went from vehicles, which I knew nothing about, to my absolute favorite toy line as a child. And I'm like, oh, okay, I think I can handle this for 3 months. And yeah, and now from Dan being the newest guy in the team, I guess I'm the oldest guy in the team. I've been on Marvel since day one, which was back in 2006 for a 2007 product launch. So I've been doing Marvel Legends for almost 15 years now, as well as many other things, you know, in and out of that before. You know, I had, 4 or 5 years before Marvel. And yeah, Dan, remembers his prior teams fondly. Those people are dead to me. They're all gone and inside, and I've landed in my most dreamy job with Marvel. Now that I said this, I know I'm gonna get to the office next week, and they're like, "Yeah, Dwight, you're switching to Baby Alive." It's like, oh,
yeah.
Yeah, so Dwight, you mentioned working on G.I. Joe, but you have a G.I. Joe figure of yourself.
Yeah, he does.
Yes. Yeah. I had a very narcissistic phase of my life when I was leaving Joe, it was my end of my co-op. it was pretty rare. They entrusted me as a co-op to lead development for the 3 3/4 inch line. Under Michelino, a good friend of mine who now is leading up Transformers. So he put a lot of trust in me, and he was letting me work heavily on G.I. Joe, and it was one of the best things I've ever had to do, because not only was I working on the design of the characters with a lot of amazingly talented artists on the outside, but I also got to create new characters and write the backstories, and because that was what I loved about G.I. Joe, was the stories and all the different characters. So it was so awesome to be able to write up. I would just sit down with a notepad and I would write these stories out, and then I would give them to our copywriters, and they were like, okay, well, we can't use these words, Dwight, because they're not appropriate, but I'll edit it down. It's like, we can't use assassin, we're going to say mercenary. We don't use terrorist, we're going to use evil. It was a learning curve, but writing all those characters in there, and that was when I was much younger and much handsomer. So I wrote myself into the story, and I actually wrote my brother in as an evil Cobra agent.
Yeah, he was a sniper.
Gosh.
Yeah, and we actually wrote a sister in, which I don't have a sister. All I have is brothers, but I ended up naming that character after my oldest daughter. So now my oldest, my brother, and me are all 3 members of the G.I. Joe and Cobra teams.
Dude, I did not know that. That is so awesome.
I was lucky enough that we were able to sneak my likeness in on the MODOK figure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of the other things that a lot of people don't realize either is, like, you've been through a lot with this Legends team. When you guys started, people weren't really fans in the beginning. You guys got a lot of flack in the beginning, man.
Rightfully so, though. I mean, it's like there was a lot of learnings to be had. Hasbro had never done a toy line like that before. We were very heavily and very much experts in the 12-inch categories and in 3 3/4 inch, as well as obviously, masters of Transformers with Takara Tomy and all of that, right? Mm-hmm. But we had never done a 6-inch action figure line, so working in partnership with a brand new team on the outside. And it was a really challenging time, because we were working with the X team of developers from Toy Biz were now at Marvel, and they were now our licensors. So imagine, going into a room, taking someone's baby from them and say, I got this from here, I'm going to raise this, thank you. It's like, it was never contagious or contentious, but it was, really hard, because, it's like, Jesse, God love him. It's like, that was his thing. He created Legends. And then you're like, all right, I have to hand this over to this dude that I've never met before, and Jesse loves Legends, just as much today as he did, almost 20 years ago, or even before that, when they had created the predecessors with the Spider line and so forth. So, it was just, it was tough. And, and then they handed over a bunch of their next couple of waves of stuff. They handed over to us, because they had already had, things in progress, and we looked at those, and we used some of that. And, we tried to look at how we would handle the business from a much different point of view, because we were a much different company, Hasbro, than Toy Biz. And, and I was really young, doing this. And like I said, I had never done anything like this before. So we tried different things. We tried different articulation systems and so on and so forth. And a lot of it, it wasn't, it took us a while to get our feet under us and to figure out exactly what we had. And at the time, I wasn't even reading comic books back then. It was like, because I was so engrossed in, what was I on? I was coming off of Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and a short run on Transformers. Those were like the brands I was doing before I got moved over to the Marvel team. So it's like, I read comics when I was a child. I read comics pretty heavily in the 90s with X-Men. Mm-hmm. And then, when college and everything hit, it's just kind of like, I did love Battle Chasers and Danger Girl and the the DC run of the breaking of the bat. You know, there was chunks that I would pick up in the Doomsday Saga and so forth. But with the exception of those bits and pieces, it's like I wasn't reading a lot of comic books. Age of Apocalypse had broken me, and I had just kind of pushed that stuff aside because it was that was just too big, and it was too hard to follow in a pre-internet world, to not know what issue was coming out next and how to read that book because it crossed over so much stuff. I just I dropped out. Dan, poor Dan.
Dan, the baby alive. You got to rep it, Dan. You do.
Yo, man, I'm proud of that.
How
man.
fast our chat Migos are. Yeah. That's JoJo Photo 3000. Thank you. That was amazing. Dan, I'll send that to you. You can update all your LinkedIn profile pics and stuff.
I'll definitely do that. I have a lot of pride for Baby Alive. I got a lot of homies in there. They showed me how a doll poops, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is like really creative right here. Really creative right now."
Let me catch up on a couple of these super chats here. We got Nico Hodge with a very generous super chat. He says he's here to support Dan, Dwight, and Toy Migos. Also, TC with a knife. What could that mean, Adam?
Tuesday Crew.
There we go. And then
shout out to the Tuesday Crew.
Yes, Tuesday Crew. What is up? And we got Billy Moon.
Dan, you're going to be making a reappearance with our friend Unparalleled Universe sometime in the near future, correct?
Yeah. I think I don't know if he said it already, but I think next Friday. I think I'll be making an appearance with Wade. We'll probably be talking about hip hop a lot. I'll be telling him and the whole crew over there, that New York rap is the best rap ever and things of that nature. But so check out next Friday. I'll be on Unparalleled Universe. But I don't know if we officially announced that or not, but it's out there now in the ether. So
it is now.
It is now.
It's there now.
Shout out to Billy Moon with a very generous super chat.
Billy Moon.
Thank you,
Billy.
sir. And okay, all right, we're caught up now. I didn't want to let those go too long.
Hey, before I forget too, I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat as well too, the chat Migos.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to the guys who sent me stuff over this last 6 months and kept me caught up on exclusives and things. Like I was getting DMs from everybody of Ernie, I know you need this. Here you go. I ordered you this. And I'm still alive and up to date because of the chat Migos. So that's way awesome. I thank you guys so much. And for those of you who do send me stuff, you need to DM me because I do have a new address. So don't send to the other one anymore. Because a lot of people do like to send stuff and have me open it or whatever. And then they're like, I sent you something. And I'm like, oh, I'm not even there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me track this down. So
yeah, by the way, we've got a new PO box, so I'll load that up on there too.
Okay, awesome.
I think we're also we're losing Dwight, right? For a little bit. Do you have
I'm
to
good.
You're good?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, Dwight, so a lot of people were asking, who is the figure? Are we allowed to share that or
what? Who is what figure?
The G.I. Joe figure. The G.I. Joe figure.
I answered it in chat already. The character's name is Barrel Roll. So it was the Valor versus Venom, right? Era of G.I. Joe.
Spy Troops.
It
was right before Valor Venom.
Before the 25th anniversary line kicked off.
Yeah.
And then your brother was Blackout, I want to say.
Yeah, and my daughter was Bomb Strike.
Why do I know these things? Like, why do I retain memories like
because
that?
we're nerds and stupid, pointless, worthless files get stuck in our brain from now till.
And then then Dan and Wade start talking about rap, and I have no idea what they're talking about. I'm just like, all right, cool. And then Dan's wearing some kind of a sports hat. I have no idea.
Is that the foosballs?
This is how I rebel, because usually I always have to wear a Marvel cap, but I'm rebelling. Me and Dwight are both rebelling. We're like, we're going to wear some sports apparel today. So
that's very cool. Dan, speaking of all the hip hop stuff, just real quick, you don't West Coast anything?
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No. I'm just playing. I love.
I know you get into it hardcore with them, but that's what I'm saying.
I love West Coast rap, some of the biggest stuff that I used to listen to when I was a kid, when I first listened to hip hop, was from like the West Coast. Like, who wasn't listening to The Chronic or like Doggy Style or things of that nature? You know what I mean? So like, I love West Coast like rap. I'm just talking trash. I'm like pre-gaming, the talking trash for next Friday. You know what I mean?
Dan, I know you were checking out like Tuesday Wade's show, so like you got to weigh in because like half of the Tuesday crew is here throwing up knives right now.
Yes.
How do you feel about Drake, and is Drake a rapper or an MC?
Dwight, is Drake a rapper or an MC?
What's a Drake?
Originally, he was known as Jimmy in Degrassi.
Hey, that didn't help me very much.
Oh.
Dwight's too old for Degrassi too, because my lady keeps telling me I have to watch Degrassi because it's outlandish, like crazy stuff happening in high school, but I've never seen it.
It goes there. Okay, that was the
Was he a member of the Moody Blues?
I don't even get this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dad. I don't even Moody Blues. Dang. No, I do not. Yeah.
To answer that question, here's the thing. Like, I'm sort of with Wade in the sense that, like, Drake doesn't write his own rhymes sometimes, right? I don't want to say that he doesn't write, like...
Yeah, he has a lot of ghostwriters.
He has a lot of ghostwriters, right? Yeah. So, like, in that sense, he can't be a true MC in my book, right? But what I was trying to tell Wade, and I told him after the live stream too, was like, he deserves respect in being able to be this relevant in like pop culture. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like with any like rap star, like they peak for maybe like 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? But like he's been consistently top of the charts in terms of pop stuff for like almost a decade now. So I just think like he gets a lot of hate because he is popular. But to answer the question, I would consider him more of a pop star versus like a true MC. But that's I still listen to Drake's songs sometimes, like if it comes up or if it's in like a playlist or something like that. I have no hate towards him, but I wouldn't consider him like a true MC that I would be like top 5 lyricist or anything like that. You know what I mean?
You heard it here first. Dan has beef with Drake.
Oh, no.
We got a very generous super chat from MCU Collector 24. He said, "This is awesome. Legends team and the Toy Migos. Love the interaction with the community. I know you guys love MCU Collector too. He got to reveal the Compound Hulk with you guys. He's been on panels before. He's an awesome dude. Brian, thanks a lot, man.
I can't wait for that Compound Hulk. I'm a Hulk fan, so I get everything Hulk. So I can't wait for that one. So I ordered it at regular price and on sale. Just saying. So.
I still haven't gotten my regular price one, and I kept that pre-order open. I did not order it on sale, even though it did go on sale. We did get 2 more super chats though. JLA Reject. He says, "Can we get articulated females like in the Lightning collection? Baba Booey, Baba Booey." So the females in the Lightning collection, they have that I guess the upside down, the ab crunch with the torso swivel at the top, which, the retro Spider-Man has. I mean, my personal opinion on that articulation point is it can be cool. I love the Lightning collection. I buy a lot of the Lightning collection. I think my opinion on that, and it's not as a Legends team guy, it's just as a toy fan guy, I think that all of that torso articulation should be judged on a case-by-case basis. Wherever you can hide it the best and get good range of motion, that's my personal opinion across the board, whether that's Hasbro, Mattel, NECA, Mezco, anything. It's fit the articulation to hide it and still get movement. Like I want a happy mesh of both, but if you guys want to weigh in official answers, they're here to hear you, not me. And I keep talking.
Yeah, you just keep going. You just keep going, Adam.
Fire me already.
But the thing is, you'll keep nitpicking in my ear until I do what you say anyway. So, what about this? But what about this? But how about that? But what about this? What if we try this?
I literally, like, Dwight is so used to me every time just being like, we could put butterflies for the shoulders.
I'm sure at some point we'll get to butterflies on females and possibly even the super articulated, torso at some point down the line. I mean, I think it's just natural for these things to continue to evolve and improve, and in whether not every step forward is going to be a win, right? Sometimes you try something and it doesn't work, but there's no reason why you shouldn't give it a shot and see what happens. I think a character like that, if we could find the right figure, if we have the right budget, if you can hide it with like a nice floating belt or something, I think you could definitely, we could definitely look at that at some point in the future.
Well, pulling this back to Galactus too, you unveiled Nova, which is the first stretch goal that has the double elbows, double knees, all pinless. So you've got like kind of a new female body that could be coming if people don't sit and wait to the last minute and they go and they back Galactus. So
that's true.
Go do
yeah,
that,
Cheney.
guys.
Yeah, Cheney.
Yeah, Cheney.
Well,
we got another super chat from Bat Force Grumps. Been enjoying Marvel Legends figures throughout the whole pandemic, while another company holds DC figures hostage. Let's go Mets, Queens, NYC, Knives Out.
Yo, what up? Queens all the time, all the way.
And then we have another super chat from
What up, Grumps?
Soul Brother. Welcome back to the Risen Fet. Welcome
What
back,
up?
Adam. Thanks, Dan and Dwight. D&D ? For being here with us tonight.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I love me some D&D.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good nickname for you guys.
I saw a comment up earlier from who was it? I can't remember. I think it was Scruffy Nerd that said, since Dan was on Baby Alive, and that means we're gonna get X Babies soon, right?
There you go.
There's that leak. Yeah.
There you go. Again, go with it, internet.
There you go. Yeah. For me, go ahead.
No, my favorite confirmation was like when we were doing interviews, all these like planes just like flew over my like house, and then like somebody on the internet was like, "Blackbird confirmed." And I was like,
Like it was a sound effect you just kept pushing. You think they're gonna get it? Yeah. That's great.
A blackbird the size of your kitchen table, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Cheney would back that with the hotness. No, like
I think there's a limit for me on that. Like I don't
really?
You seem to have room on your ceiling though. You
Right.
can just like hang it floating above you.
As I look up at my
you
Black
know that
Series TIE
Wolverine
Fighter.
rides inside the Blackbird, right?
Oh,
You know,
yes,
like
I'm
Wolverine is usually
I-
in there.
Yes, I know.
You can't say no because the Black Series TIE Fighter is freaking huge.
That's true.
And a lot of people got those
That's
right
true.
out the gate. That wasn't a HasLab. That wasn't anything. That was just, it's huge. I don't even know where to put it.
I'll settle
I
for
have it
X
hanging.
Babies first. I'll tell you that. I mean,
Okay.
I've been loving all the X-Men stuff, guys. Like literally, like I've been so happy. Like Age of Apocalypse stuff, like the House of X and Powers of 10. Like nobody saw that coming. That was awesome that you guys did that. Like I've just been loving all the X-Men stuff. Like keep it coming.
It's like not even a secret anymore, but like Dwight, myself, and Ryan, and everybody else who like every day works on Legends, like we all love the X-Men. It's like it's like we always kind of like joke, but it's like we would love to always make some X-Men stuff, but we always have to balance things out. But yeah, we if we had unlimited budget and we could just decide whatever we want, I'm sure like 80% of the line would have been X-Men or something X-Men adjacent type of thing.
Hey,
Right,
I agreed. We just gated a wave of X-Men today that I would be willing to put money down that no one listening would be able to come up with the correct assortment of characters and Build-A-Figures.
Ooh, very true.
Oh my
Very
goodness. Oh my
I
god.
don't think there's a person alive that would be able to come up with those 7 figures in the builder that we went through today.
That's true. That's true.
Oh my God. Cheney's heart's racing right
Yes,
now.
I love it.
I swear to God. You can see Cheney's heart like this.
I think what our engineer said, it was the most complex Build-A-Figure we've ever done.
It is. I would say so too. Yeah.
Oh man.
Really? Yeah, look at Adam.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Now that's from an engineering point of view. So
Yes.
once it's revealed 8 months from now, sorry for the long tease. It'll
exactly. And like you guys, the Butter Baron toying around. He couldn't even put together MODOK, so he had a really tough time with that. He
really had a tough time with that. I didn't get to see that when it happened live, but I was catching it on the replay, and I had to message him and be like, Kevin, man, what's happening here? Like it literally took you 30 minutes to build that, dude. Like I snapped him together in like 5.
Dude, he ended up like on a follow-up stream, he ended up disassembling it, and he gave it to his daughter, and she put it together.
She just snapped it right together with no
issues. All click, click, click.
Yeah.
It's funny because we were actually thinking like maybe we need to include like a very like descriptive like instruction sheet in terms of like how to do it, and then like our engineer was like, "Nah, I'm pretty sure a kid can just do it." So shout out to Butter Baron there. No, I'm just playing, man.
I know.
Awesome.
I was gonna make a joke that maybe it was a Canadian thing, but his daughter.
Oh yeah, she just knocked it out, no problem. Yeah, it was done and over with. We got another generous super chat from Nick's Figs. Awesome super show tonight. Ernie and Adam are back. Hasbro Legends team in the building, and best of all, Ernie's opening something live. I didn't know that.
I don't have anything near. Look at the room.
You're opening something
you gotta
live?
use the pinata stick and just beat something open.
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna throw it up and just go at it. Yeah.
We got another generous super chat from Punker Mike. He says Dan and Dwight are wearing sports gear. X-Men figure wave confirmed.
I mean, like, I would buy, and you know what? Ryan would probably buy that because that would mean it would be a Gambit without a jacket. So he would be happy, right?
We've been wanting to do the softball team. Remember all the comic books that they would always have those summer like comic books where they'd be out there. You'd have they'd have half of the cast by the pool and the other half be playing baseball. They'd have their jerseys and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
We've wanted for a long time to try to figure out a way to do something like that, just because we think it'd be an amazing, like, I don't know, like a convention set or something.
Yeah, right. That's always what I go to all the time. Okay, so it's going to be a concept.
I remember like in the Jim Lee X-Men books early on relaunch, there was like a basketball game with Gambit where he was wearing like a halvesies shirt, like a belly shirt.
Yep.
Like, come on, bring it on, guys. Let's do this.
Yes, I want that. Yes.
I want my Logan in his short cut off blue jeans.
Oh yeah.
With the sausage on the claw.
I remember like a comic panel where like Storm was saying something like, "Oh, it feels like we keep losing," and then Forge is like, "Yeah, I feel like we're the Mets," and I was like, "What the?"
He's all, "Hey, hold on."
1986
I was like,
Mets,
wait.
Forge, come on. 1986 Mets.
We just
made a sports reference, guys, and I'm pretty sure it was correct. So
we have a very generous super chat from the Butter Baron himself, Hot Hollywood Butter, toying around. Says MODOK, and then a lot of like cursing emojis.
Yo, we're saying that story when Dan said that. You know what that reminded me of? As far as for marketing stuff and anything, I'm sure Dwight can jump on this one, but Dan, I don't even know if you know, being so young. Imagine if we could do commercials still, like Marvel Legend kids commercials, like we got when we were kids, right? I mean,
trust me, that has been pitched multiple times.
That would be, oh god, especially with like the retro waves,
Imagine if we still had Stan Lee with us and had him to do that. That would be those, like I just think of the old WWF ones with like Macho Man and stuff. It's like in Sergeant Slaughter. Imagine how cool that would be if Stan was still around to do something like that. That would have been awesome.
Yeah. Just stand there. Hey, true believers, check out the new. Oh my gosh.
That'd be cool. My favorite ones were always the Transformer ones where the kid face turned with the eyes lit up. And talk about people who do, all of for the toy photography of all the buildings and the the sets and everything. Like those commercials were so legit.
Oh, they had,
with the mountains and
killer
everything.
dioramas.
That were all in the background and everything. I always wanted that, man. Like
even the toy cross sells, right? Like back in the day when the ones that stick out the most to me are G.I. Joe and Transformers, because they had those like 18 panel fold out things that showed you a splash piece of art or all of it. I didn't realize it was literally just all of your figures in a sandbox, with all the GI Joes and
all
stuff,
set up so everywhere. Cool.
Awesome.
I always had mine and checked off. That'd be cool to throw into like the Kingpin underneath his feet and have your your checklist and everything, because I know definitely. I use that.
It's definitely a lost piece of toy lore for certain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the commercial.
So awesome.
The commercial was crazy, man. It like there was a time where like, so it wasn't so bad because it was like you'd be watching your cartoon, toy commercial, candy commercial, toy commercial, toy commercial.
Yeah.
It was.
I'd have to run, get my weenie with tortilla, something to drink, and come back to catch all the cool commercials.
Tortilla just got referenced.
No.
Yes. Yeah. And then like that, because kids don't even understand that. We didn't have pause or anything. And if you heard, you would know the commercials. So if you heard a new one, you're, oh my God. Yeah. And you'd have to watch and be, then talk about it with only the cool people. Like, did you see what's coming out?
What about the magic when you went to a toy shelf and the next wave of something dropped, and when you turned it around was like a new cross sell, and like all of a sudden there was 12 additional characters that you didn't know about, and all the magic moment of everything just gets all like starry. You're like, it's like
you literally stared at it for like a good 10 minutes.
Oh, dude, I remember like picking up the Wave 2 Toy Biz X-Men with the Tiger Stripe Wolverine, and I flipped it over and I was all, whoa. Like it blew my mind. I was all, I need all of these now. I don't know how, but I need them all.
How about back in the day for stuff that didn't get released?
Oh,
like you saw the picture, but it didn't get released. Like,
Yep.
And then there was always that one kid at school who said, "Oh yeah, I have that."
Yeah,
and you always knew they were lying.
Yeah, yep.
The same kid who told you can use my Nintendo.
We've got another generous super chat from Nick's Figs. He says, that's an Argentina jersey. In X-Men First Class, Magneto is in Argentina. X-Men First Class wave confirmed.
You're digging a little bit deep there. See, the secret of this jersey is I put it on a couple of weeks ago for like an hour, and it's just been laying on the pile of clothes in my bedroom. And I woke up this morning and I'm like, well, I gotta at least wear it for a day before I throw it in the wash. So that's just what happened.
You heard it first. First Class wave confirmed right here.
Yeah, what got you first into collecting? Like what was it? Was it just working at Hasbro and then you started, or did you start beforehand with something?
No, I was an action figure kid, straight up. It's like, when I was growing up, I'm a little older than probably some of you guys, but it's like, born in the 70s, really grew up hard in the 80s, and in 90s was in high school and stuff. I was an action figure guy. You had sports kids. You had back when I was growing up, you had RC kids, people who were really into remote controlled vehicles and stuff. And you had action figure kids. I was the action figure kid. And it's like, I had, G.I. Joe was my bread and butter. I had a handful of Transformers, a couple of He-Man, lots of G.I. Joes, random like Dungeons and Dragons and Battlestar Galactica, and just odd little things that I just kind of played with them all together. But I played with figures. I mean, at the time, like you were saying earlier, right? It's like it wasn't as acceptable to play with it past a certain point. Yeah.
Right.
I love them probably longer than I'm gonna use air quotes here. Probably longer than I should have as a kid. It's like I remember the last two action figures I bought were the Crimson Guard and Snow Serpent for G.I. Joe. I didn't really play with toys anymore at that point, but when I saw them, I'm like, the figures were so awesome. I bought them anyways. It's like, and of course I ripped them open because even though I wasn't playing with them, I was going to play with them.
Oh yeah.
And I just had so many of like Dan had said, we didn't grow up with a ton of money either. We had lots of little things, right? We had lots of little action figures, tons of that kind of stuff, but we had very few of those. Like the largest thing I ever owned was the Cobra hydrofoil. That was probably the largest like vehicle I had, and that was a Christmas present one year. But I just loved the action figures, and then I, at some point, I just put them all away and I saved them. Mm-hmm. But, I didn't ever play with them again. And I hadn't touched an action figure at all until I started my first co-op at Kenner. And I was like, just, around it again. Right. And you're kind of bringing things home and you're playing with them. And that was, late 90s. So McFarlane was really cooking with a lot of, amazing statues at the time. And those were showing up in the comic stores. And, you were I was seeing some of these things, and it was just kind of like, I'll just pick up a figure. And then I picked up another one. And then it's just like, and then all of a sudden shit got out of hand. And, you're like, oh my God.
And here's everybody's rooms now. Right. Yeah. Or like your basement and having stuff. Yeah, exactly. Dan, what was it for you? Did you same, or when did you start?
So if I'm being honest, like I said, like I grew up like kind of in a very like poor kind of like household, right? Like
No, you've heard mine. I was right there with you. I was always jealous of the kid who had Optimus Prime and everything else. Exactly. Right. Yeah. I made sure to go play with him.
Yeah.
Right.
I had one action figure I had three. So I had like a hodgepodge of action figures that I just created like stories for myself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the main character, like my OG guy, was like this Toy Biz Spider-Man figure. But then somebody stole that from me. And like I remember when I was like a kid,
the worst.
I was so pissed and like sad at the same time. I don't know. But I just remember like that broke my heart, you know what I mean? And then like this Robin figure was like the new guy to replace like Spider-Man, but I was just like, yo, Robin, you ain't the same as Spider-Man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but like
I had Ravage stolen from me.
Oh,
and I know the kid who stole it was like 3 away because I could see it in his pants through his corduroys. And I was like, that's my Ravage right there. Like, how could you? Like, I get you. I know what you're feeling. It was a birthday gift, and it was the one that you loved, like your Spidey, and it didn't get replaced. Yeah,
exactly. Right. And so for me, like as a kid, I could never really collect things that much, right? But I was always into Marvel, just the IP, and I fell in love with first the animated cartoons in the 90s. Like that's when I was growing up, and once the animated like X-Men TV show came out, I was like, wow, I need to go to the library and like, read about it, right? And like if you go to the library, they never have like any of the issues like in order. It's just like a random mess of things. And the first thing that I picked up was AOA, right? And when I read AOA, I was like, this is not the X-Men that's on the cartoon, but like, what's going on? But what is going on here? You know what I mean? And that's when I fell in love with like comics, you know what I mean? And I started reading comics. I started collecting again once I got my job at Hasbro, just because in Hasbro we have a little like toy shop there, and as an employee you kind of get like a percentage like discount. And when I saw Marvel Legends, I was like, I need to get on this team. You know what I mean? Like I started buying some figures, and then I had to network my way. And before I even knew who Dwight or Ryan was, like I went to like the VP who was in charge of Marvel, and I like basically begged him. I was like, listen, this kid stole a Spider-Man from me that has stayed with me forever. Like, I need to be part of this team. Like, let me be a marketer for this team. And he was nice enough to give me a shot, and the rest is history. I feel so honored just to be with Dwight and Ryan and the rest of the team. You know what I mean? But that's my. I still collect a lot of stuff that mean a lot to me personally that is not Marvel, right? Like I collect like Naruto stuff, DBZ. I have some Storm collectible stuff, but mostly just like Tekken stuff. So that new King, that looks really good.
King.
I want
See, and I'm not a Tekken fan.
Also, Dan, are you into that? The track.
Say that again?
Remember, it was like the variant costume for me. He was wearing the gray t-shirt and the tracksuit pants with like the animal print down the one leg.
Is that coming out or is that a wish list?
No, I really want them to do that.
I was like, wow, that's crazy.
What about you three though? What was that first action figure that really was impactful to you guys when you were a child?
I'll go first real quick because mine, as everybody's known here before, like Dan, growing up like that where you didn't get a lot or couldn't. So, every other kid had Optimus Prime and everything else like that. And you got to share and play at recess or go like that. My very first one that meant so much to me was Sunstreaker. Nice. I got it for my birthday. And it was just like amazing to me that, my uncle got, I still remember too, it was my Uncle Gaby. And he got it for me. And it was like, everything else was like, forget it after that, like any other gift I got. And having that, like, that was my prized possession of that was mine. It wasn't something that I got at the swap meet that wasn't used. Here we had the swap meet a lot and you picked up toys at the swap meet or your cousins left you stuff. Your older cousins or anything in that sense. So mine was Sunstreaker. That was it. And then going from there, as far as for me of growing up in the same situation, why I'm an inbox collector was because then as I got my first job, and then let's say that was high school of the first Power of the Force wave, I was buying that and that was me buying that. I got to keep that and enjoy it. Yeah. So even at the beginning, it was one to stock, one to rock. I would buy two. And that's the way that I've always rolled with it. Like, Adam always says, keeping it Ernie and that's my reason for it was because I worked for it. I didn't get it as a kid. And now here I am. And I'm not saying like that either. I mean, my parents got me stuff and everything too. I mean, best Christmas later, as you grow up more and you realize things, being a parent yourself or older. I think my best Christmas that we ever had was my brother got Pee-wee's Playhouse and like a whole bunch of Pee-wee characters all to go in the Playhouse. I got Devastator. I got the Kit Car. Yeah. Remember the 6-pack Devastator where they all came? And then Michael Knight with Kit, like that Christmas. Oh, and Voltron, not the big Voltron, the other Voltron. And that was like, those are my most memorable that started me into it. So when you grow up in that sense, like you said, Dan, and you kind of know your place when you grow up like that. Like you don't ask at the store, you don't go for a lot. I did have a lot of mask characters though, because TG&Y sold 2-packs of just figures that were always like $3. So it wasn't the 10 for the vehicle in a character. You can just get characters. So I always had a ton of mask characters. So mask always means a lot to me. So, to see that, if that ever came back out, that would be awesome. But, and that's the sense. And then collecting. And then I started buying and buying and buying. And it was everything. And, I kept all my old that was passed on of the original Star Wars characters. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so that means a lot. And so to see how's that grown. And then Marvel was, getting me and Cheney together was I would get Star Wars and I'd find him all the Marvel stuff. He grew up with my brother. So I always had toys and everything. I mean, I was Cheney's plug when,
he
when we
used
very
to
first
sell
started.
me Power of the Force Star Wars figures out of his trunk. He'd roll up. He's like, I got this, this, and this.
I swear.
Sounds so dirty.
Yeah.
Dude, at the movies in line for Star Wars, I'm like, what do you need? And I pop the trunk and there's cases of stuff.
Yep.
I swear. Like,
it's like little kid version of Cheney went home and it's like, oh, Josh, how was your day? And he's like, I bought toys out of the trunk of a man's car.
To be fair, my pops was there with me. He's like, that guy? I'm like, yeah, he said he's at Star Wars toys in his car. He's all, okay, let's go over there. And sure enough,
my dad would have not reacted that same way.
You got to remember too, like I grew up with his brother. Me and his brother are the same age. So I'm like, oh, that's Michael's brother, and he's like, okay, let's walk over there. And so
my dad would have been like, that guy said he had Star Wars toys in the trunk of his car, and he would like cock his shotgun or something.
No, I've been collecting that long, and making sure that it was passed on and done the right way, and why you enjoyed it, and the background of everything. So going from Star Wars to then, and then I buy the stuff that I was getting for Cheney of the Marvel Legends, the early stuff from Toy Biz and everything like that. But I was still such a Star Wars fan. But I got to admit now, the Black Series of just staying the way that it has. I just have gravitated more to the Marvel Legends stuff. You guys with the Build-A-Figure, the all different from the MCU to comic book figures to those obscure Frogman figures.
You could have just left it at Marvel Legends is better than Black Series.
Ernie's gonna go off.
I can't let that physically come out of my mouth yet, because I'm like, I always say it on the show, like, dude, I'm waiting for Black Series to do build a droid or build an alien or build a cantina.
Ernie is going to be like, why don't Black Series figures ever come with extra hands?
Yes.
Like, that's like one of his.
As you grow older and the way you spend your money, go ahead, Cheney.
Oh, I said I stopped buying Black Series. I quit the line finally. Like,
you know,
when they went back to single knees, I was like, no, this doesn't make any sense to me.
It gets a little upsetting because. And I'm not trying to talk trash or anything, but here you guys are sitting with us, sharing all our stories, being more than just the Marvel team. Right now, you guys are Dwight and Dan, which is the community needs to see that and is great. We've had so many other toy people on before to show that we all grew up the same way. This is why we do what we do.
We're all damaged.
Right. Yeah, for reals. And so, you know, from the Black Series, like it seems like Star Wars just hasn't changed their ways yet. You know, it's like that math teacher who you always fought with because you knew an easier way to get it done or to say it, and he hated it and he wouldn't let you do your way. It had to be his way, even though you still had the correct answer and it was way quicker and better. Like, it's just, it seems like as you grow up and where your money has to go, they haven't adapted yet. I mean, I will gladly buy a Mafix Star Wars figure, which the Boba Fett one is the Mafix one is the most supreme, just like, you know, the Mandalorian just came out for that one. And I got so many messages of, Ernie, thanks for making me pre-order that, because you're right, this one is higher and better. And again, not to say anything with that, but sometimes things need to change. And for what you guys do on your end, to the choices that you make or the type of decisions that you try and do and come out with, that's a very cool thing. And to a collector, you have to look at that way too, on what you support and why. And
mine was Mattel Secret Wars figures, just in case anyone was wondering.
Yeah, mine was also.
Sorry, I'm back. I haven't been on for 6 months. Come on. But was it the Secret Wars where you walked in the store and you pretended like you were a DJ and you scratched it, so it sounded like you were scratching a record?
I do that. I still do that.
Lenticular.
I still do that with lenticular stuff.
Yeah,
that
was it. Yeah.
Yeah,
but no, so that's my story, and it's very cool that I'm here. And like this, I cannot wait to get all my stuff back up, but we'll see. My old house was basically a museum. I had an MCU wall, a Spider-Man wall, the retro wall. The whole downstairs was Star Wars room, but now this is all I'm at. So it's going to be a very difficult decision on what's going to go up.
Well, I hope you have me back when it's all set up and I can enjoy seeing all the awesome stuff.
Oh,
definitely. Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Eric Alfredable with a very generous super chat. Bro, Marvel Legends is better than Black Series. Okay.
Accurate.
Yeah.
I just want to say, though,
I still do buy Star Wars Black Series.
So do I, but I pick and
enjoy
choose
the line. But Marvel Legends is better.
But here's the deal. I pick and choose the Black Series that I want now, to where I just automatically order a case of Legends. Like that's the difference.
Actually, let's switch back to Legends, because we are going to lose you guys soon.
Yeah,
like the show is almost over. We're wrapping up. But so we got Galactus is going on. We want everyone to back it, including Cheney tonight. But what I like, and then it's like, I kind of know this. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I think Dan might. Dwight probably doesn't at all. But what waves that have already been announced are hitting next? Like, is it the second Age of Apocalypse wave is like the next incoming thing? Do you know this? Did I put you on the spot with a weird question?
No. So, I mean, the thing is, like, the world right now, especially with shipping, I'll be honest with you, is just like a nightmare right now, with all things. So AOA is supposed to hit soon. A lot of the Infinity Saga stuff should already be in stores, but some of them might have been a little bit late, right?
Correct. Yes.
So yeah, like, I know people have been seeing that pre-order dates keep pushing out, right? And it's just, unfortunately, the world right now. So I don't want to like put out like an item name and then like Dan said this will be coming out and then it hasn't come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's completely fair. Yeah, that's completely fair.
And it's not a Hasbro issue. It's not a Hasbro issue. It's a world issue. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's just like, everything is more.
Oh yeah.
When we had Brian Flynn on, he was talking about that the shipping docks and whatnot, like it's a mess right now.
Yeah, shout out to Brian Flynn. He is one of the most transparent and nice dudes, like within the toy, like
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like shout out to him, man. But yeah, like AOA should be coming out. Disney Plus Wave 2 should be hitting. But like I said, like it's all dependent on what's going on in the real world. You know what I mean? Beyond just Hasbro, unfortunately. Like, but I do want to mention like one pain point that everybody always asks about, like in the US especially, is like Walgreens, right? Like what's going on there with like Nova and Quasar, right? Like I'll be real with you. Like I live near. Oh, okay, there you go. Nice. I live near like
to the Butter Baron.
Yeah,
that was a Canada plug though.
Yeah,
that's from Canada.
Yeah, those are imported in. He didn't find those anywhere.
Don't freak out, Dan. Dan's like, whoa, wait a second.
Not only I do need to thank the Butter Baron, but I have to also thank Omar Vasquez, Vasquez Toys. Everyone go follow him, because he actually, like, toying around Kev, Butter Baron hooked me up with Quasar, but Quasar.
Sorry.
I read names when I read comics, and I read them all wrong. I used to say Hank Pym, and it's like Hank Pym, and I used to say Magneto, and it's Magneto. So I do that wrong all the time, guys. I read comics, I read names wrong.
I just think it's really rude that you're disrespecting him, because if he's Canadian, then he's Quasar A, and that's Nova A. It's like,
exactly.
This is true.
But Nova was actually won by Omar Vasquez on Kev's show, and he knew how much I wanted Nova, because I need to up my cosmic forces to take on Galactus. So Omar Vasquez donated his one Nova to me. So
that's where Omar broke the number one rule, because you're supposed to send everything to me and then I'll send it to Adam.
Never reaches me.
Well, I guess just to plug those two, we feel the frustration with US fans with that, right? It's kind of a larger issue, but Nova is supposed to hit end of this month, right? And then Quasar will be coming out later in the fall. I live near like 2 Walgreens, and I check Walgreens every single day myself. Like I go hunting because I want those figures too. And I want to make sure that it's available for you guys too. You know what I mean? So like, me, Dwight, Ryan, everybody on the team, we always see and we always feel for you guys too as fans. It's not like we're the big corporation being like, ha, they can't find it, that kind of thing, right? No, we definitely feel for you guys, and if there's anything that we could do, we always try to make sure that we think of you guys first. It's just an unfortunate situation that goes kind of beyond our control, beyond like Hasbro's control, to be honest too. So So just be patient, and apologies for keeping you guys waiting with that. I know there's been a lot of fans who are super passionate and supportive, and they're always curious about it. So I just wanted to make that one clear.
Okay.
And
thanks for that. That's cool.
You guys just announced you're doing a live stream next Friday, right?
Thursday.
Next Thursday. Sorry. And that has absolutely no relation. I just wanted to plug that for you guys before I read this super chat from MCU Collector. He says, "Will we see figures for the Eternals?" ? I like the trailer looked great.
I like how he has the little emoji with the monocle.
Yeah, the thinking.
That trailer dropped at 3 a.m. What the heck?
Yeah.
It looks very like a very pretty movie. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, Dwight, I hope we one day activate and make Eternals figures. You know what I mean, Dwight? Yeah. Like I hope
that'd be
we do those.
It'd be a lot of figures. Because there's a lot of people on that team.
It'd be a crazy thing to see.
Indeed. Yeah, I mean, to answer MCU Collector, I think everyone knows the answers about Eternals. But you'll just have to tune in to see on Thursday what we show. We got some cool things that I think people will be very happy to see. We're going to be revealing some stuff and pre-ordering some stuff, and we're going to talk about Galactus. You know what I mean?
Sweet.
Galactus again, Cheney, is available at Hasbro Pulse for you to back.
Yeah.
if you want to show us your credit card number, now's the time. We still have about like 5 minutes left. I mean, in all seriousness, like, if we don't get to 16K, guys, I'm not joking. Like, we're already so far ahead, like in 2023, almost to 2024, that, if we don't get to 16K for Nova, we're not planning on bringing her into the line anytime soon.
For a while. What I mean?
Yeah. And like, again, if you guys can, if it's within your means, if you're just on the fence or being a butthole, like Adam said, don't be, like, back it. Don't be a Cheney, unless Cheney gets one right now,
Hey, to be fair, I did get 4 Sentinels, so.
No, you didn't.
But you need one Galactus just to even it out.
You only need one Galactus. He's not an army builder quite. We got a
very generous super chat from Andy Davis, and the question is: best meal that Hasbro has provided for the team.
Best meal.
Because
we get into snack Migos here too.
Yeah.
Our favorite foods and everything like that. So, like, I guess like around the office, then maybe
it's probably been a while.
It's been a long while, but my every couple of Tuesdays they have a sushi bar at work, and I actually really miss the Hasbro sushi bar. That was one of my.
That's awesome.
That was one of my favorite. Every couple of weeks, it was like, oh, is it Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? Is it every other Tuesday? Yeah. So I've missed that greatly. So that's the thing that's the one at work that I miss the most.
That's so awesome. Dan, what's yours?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it now. Like, I haven't been in the office for so long, so that, like,
it was something that made the baby alive poop.
The same thing that they used. I know, like, it was somebody. Does anybody there have snacks at their desk? I know we have one guy at my work. Like, you can always sneak into his office, and he's got the best snacks. Like Reese's peanut butter cup.
You're supposed to take other people's snacks.
But that's his. If he puts it out, okay, look, it's free reign. If it's on a bowl on his desk.
All right, maybe.
All right,
we have another
for snacks. I just want to say, Ryan and I always have a debate, because sometimes I would bring Doritos, and he's like, "I'm a diehard Cool Ranch guy," and he's like, "Nacho cheese." You know what I mean? So, like, we would like literally pull people, like, within our vicinity,
right?
We'd just be like, better? Like, we'd interrupt, like, work. We'd, like, stand on our desk and be like, answer the question now: Cool Ranch or nacho cheese? And they'll be like, "What are you talking about?"
Dan, I'm gonna say that, like, I'm team Ryan. I'm nacho cheese, but my lady and I have this same war, and she's team Cool Ranch. So there you go.
There's the Frog King out there who has the most deep-seated hatred
Sergeant
out
Bananas.
of anybody I've ever met in my life for Cool Ranch Doritos. He hates them with the burning fury of a million suns.
I have never seen Johnny get so mad before. Yeah. Like, what, we were walking that one time through the show, and I seen him, like, grunt, and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "That guy had a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos."
Yes,
and I'm like, "Oh, this is true." I swear, as we're walking the floor, and I was like, "For reals? Like, you're that mad at Cool Ranch?"
Yeah,
we got a couple more. We got a couple more super chats, and because we got to start wrapping this up, right?
Yeah. So, 16 shooter.
16 shooter, who was a guest last week. Please check it out. It was Cheney, 16 shooter, and Chamba.
Yep.
Chamba has been awesome.
Yes.
Filling in for me while I was in New York, and he's way cooler than I am because he's more talented.
Absolutely.
And he has a sexy accent.
100%.
So it's like, honestly, I'm just embarrassed that I was not involved. Anyway, 16 shooter says this is a $2 plea for a Claremont Angel figure, which is definitely needed. So noted. Right there.
Yes.
We also got another super chat from MCU Collector. Brian, awesome. Thank you. He says, in all seriousness, Awesome live stream.
Thank
Nick's
you.
Figs. He says, shout out to Cheney who's buying the Galactus live in front of the Legends team. Toy Migos live peer pressure.
Yeah, you guys always do this to me, so why doesn't it work on Cheney? Like, I have to rip open
And
figures.
finally, we got another super chat from the one and only the Sunny Channel. The Sunny Channel, who is working his butt off to get Hood voted as the 2021 Toy of the Year.
Yep.
Oh my God.
He's doing the Lord's work,
Yes.
trying to get that action figure as the 2021 Toy of the Year. He's also making some of the best custom foil action figures I've ever seen.
To get first, yes. Sonny, you got my vote. I'll
Yeah.
vote with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Sonny, man. Like his content sometimes
Oh my
is so
gosh.
funny. It like makes me
Great.
laugh so much.
He
man.
alone is one of the funniest guys, man.
Yeah.
When we had him on, I couldn't even do the show. I was laughing so much. Like,
He's with the quickness too. So you guys
Well-
have your panel, and then right after he's posting a picture of the figure.
yep.
I want
That's pretty
to
quick.
give Dwight and Dan some time to wrap up the show tonight, but Ernie Plasti Addicto has asked a question that I need to ask you, and he wants to know: can you guys at least confirm if Ernie is back for good?
It depends on Cheney if he lets me back. I don't know. We went over my contract and everything, so
well,
I
that
gave
that
him my new
depends.
terms.
That depends on how many more super chats we get before we're done. So.
That bribery, apparently.
Nah, I'm-
Well,
Yes.
hey, I got to get by this Galactus somehow, right?
right. Yeah. Wait, and then we got to make sure that we show up in New York too. So
yeah.
Yeah,
That too.
yeah.
So,
we're gonna have to get those press passes somehow.
yeah, there you go.
I finally flew, so I'm ready to go. So we can go hang out with everybody in New York.
There you go.
You
So-
have to take us on a tour, Adam. But yes, I am back now.
And we got
And
a
I will
couple people
slowly
in
start
chat
building my
mentioning
room.
that they did just back Galactus. So Dan and Dwight,
Yes.
congratulations. It worked.
Thank you guys. Thank
Being
you.
on the
Right.
show worked.
I'm doing it
got at
right,
least
right
two.
after.
There you go.
I'm not stressing over the Galactus thing. I already have one.
Come on.
This is
I'm
true.
stressing. I want one of those.
Oh, we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As,
for real.
as I say
Yeah.
that, the model falls over and shatters. It's like, oh,
No.
Oh,
Oh God.
Yeah. This stream goes down in history for that. Remember when the Toy Migos were on? And they had them and it destroyed everything. Oh, great. It sounds
Well-
like a what if series already.
Well, first off, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your, late night to come on and talk toys with us. I know it's not easy, and I really appreciate your guys' time. So thank you so much for
So
doing
much.
this.
So
Yeah.
much.
Where can we follow you guys on social media? We'll start with you first, Dan.
I'm on Twitter mostly for toy stuff, right? I do have an IG, but it's probably gonna be boring for a majority of the people. So anything toy related it's gonna be on Twitter at Danyun is trying. I think that's my handle. I don't even know my handle anymore, but yeah.
Yes, it is.
I just try to tease you guys, try to talk about some stuff that I'm into. So yeah, if you're into that, just check me out on Twitter.
Sweet. And Dwight?
the only thing I have is I got a Instagram account at Stall Dwight, and I just every once in a while I'll throw up some pictures of some of the stuff we're working on, just to kind of show you guys how much fun you'll be having with it as soon as it lands in your laps. A little bit down the line. I do have to always wait though till we've officially revealed it, because it's like I gotta remember myself and just like I can't go too crazy or I won't ever be back, because I won't be doing this anymore. So.
Well, for those who are just hopping in late and seeing everything, you got to go back and rewatch this, because, man, you guys let loose so much stuff. It's amazing. Thank you for all the exclusives you gave us today. Yeah, that's woo. Yeah. Go back and watch from the very beginning.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey,
All right.
but hey guys, like seriously, no joke. Me and Ryan, we try to catch the show all the time, and you guys are doing the toy people's work. So thank you to you guys, and to everybody who comes to support Marvel Legends. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. We would be nothing without the fans and you guys. So thank you.
Thank you.
And hopefully one day we'll be back together again where we can have these conversations in our safe, happy places of the conventions where no matter what you love, it's that happy place where you can just go and enjoy whatever it is. And those judgment-free zones are, are rare, but so special. And it's awesome that this community has that and has those outlets. So I don't know when, I don't know if, but I hope someday that, we're back at the shows, and I've already tasked Ryan with that. I told him, I don't care. Cause I don't know what Hasbro's plans are for the upcoming years, but whatever the hell that is, I said, regardless, Ryan, your job is to get us back at, some of the conventions, hopefully the San Diego, hopefully something international, because I'm desperately needing interaction with humans that aren't my frickin' teammates.
I'm dragging you into the city at New York Toy Fair. Like you're coming in either way.
Well, you gotta find a way to show off all those skulls that you had talked about that you had made.
Oh, that's right. The giant bag of apocalypse skulls, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, Adam, where can we keep up with you?
I'm playing with myself.
That's right. And Ernie?
Catch me back here. It's been awesome, guys. I don't even know our schedule. So you're going to have to catch me up on what we got going on now and everything. And then I'll be back with the Sarlacc crew. See, I think they're Monday nights. Watch, I'm probably going to butcher that with Star Wars talk as always.
Okay.
So, and I'll be setting up the room. So Dwight, you'll definitely have to come back and check it out. Yeah, so I can show you what got put up on the wall and everything. And I just want to say thank you guys for being here, being real, being yourselves, and giving us a little history on everything so that, that's a lot of respect. That's a lot to do. You guys didn't have to do that. It's so late over there. And thank you guys very much for showing up and being here and being a part of our world that we love too, to be on that side of it to make sure stuff gets done. And that's awesome. So thank you. And Dan, I'm going to go back it right when we're done right now. So.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
That's
Cheney.
Yes.
Cheney.
Got to, Jay. Come on.
Just let me get through the stuff, man. Let me get through the stuff.
All right.
So be sure to check out the Discord. We got that thing's always going crazy in there. We have our Toy Talks on Monday and Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's a lot of fun. Come check that out. Tuesdays, we got the Quickie Mini. Come check that out. I wanted to give a big shout out to Chamba and K-Kaz and Jurassic Jesse and Lago and Dario and Berserk. All you guys, you make all this worth, you make it all work, man. You guys all make this happen. Papa Schmitty, Mervine, all you guys, man. Can't wait to meet up with some of you guys at the meetup. And
when is that again?
That's
September 4th.
September
Saturday.
4th at Frankensons. Yes.
Are you picking me up?
Yeah, most likely.
Are we getting chicken nuggets?
If you want.
Yes.
All right.
I'll go.
All right. So with that being said, I am Cheney 180.
I'm the Fallen Fett, and I'm back. I missed you guys. I love you guys. So excited for doing this. I feel like I can breathe.
I'm playing with myself.
I'm going to bed.
Yes.
Nice.
Man.
Peace out, guys. Thank you.